Hey, my name is Kamil, and this is my CS50 Final Project, a recreation of the game mechanics from Void Stranger. Void Stranger is a 2D tile-based puzzle game that I discovered through an iPatchWolf YouTube video. I really like how developers managed to squeeze so much out of such a simple puzzle game concept. In Void Stranger, your main tool is the Void Staff, an item that lets you manipulate the level by swapping the tiles. You can swap not only floor tiles, but also other tiles, like the gold tile. However, you can't interact with brown walls. Another early game mechanic is stones, which are actually eggs, but shh, no spoilers. In my recreation, they are simply pushable objects. You can push them into the void, but they can be pushed through other objects or walls. One of the goals for this project was to make level creation simple, even for someone who knows nothing about programming. Level data is stored in the 2D arrays that can be easily edited by a level designer using these mappings. Another goal was to design the game architecture so that adding new type of tiles and object will be straightforward. Going back to the game, I also implemented one of Void Stranger's hidden mechanics. It's very easy to miss because it only appears in a few specific levels. In those levels, the bottom wall is missing, allowing you to walk on the UI. The UI bar is built from tiles, just like the main level, which means you can also pick them up and swap their values. The first number from the left represents your remaining lives, the middle number is your HP, and the last one is the current level index. In the original game, HP exists only to be swapped with another value, because whenever the player gets hit, they take over 9,000 damage. In my recreation, you can change your number of lives and even warp to another level. Just note that, like in original game, if you leave the level without any lives or HP, you will die immediately. That's everything I have implemented. Of course, I'm not 100% happy with every design decision. The biggest issue was having two sources of truth for object coordinates, one stored in the object itself and another in the level map. However, I think the overall architecture turned out well. I wanted to avoid adding a new if-else statement every time I introduce new tile or object type, which would violate the open-close principle of Solid, and I think I managed to achieve that. The tools that I used were VS Code as my code editor, Jambox for the music, BFXR for the sound effects, and Asseprite for the graphics. Everything was made by me.